today we're going to have a new discussion for our course Management Information System. Today I'll be discussing about decision making and analytics. Okay, let's start. Okay, to start, I want to show you this dashboard. Okay, so ano ba yung purpose ng dashboard natin? So, a dashboard is an educational decision analytics, which is a digital tool that gathers, organizes, and displays important school or classroom data in a simple and visual way. So, kung ito, nakikita niyo yung dashboard natin, pwede natin siyang maunawaan sa isang tingin lang, di ba? So, may mga numbers siya, may mga info siya, mayroong mga charts, kung saan may mga meaning siya. Its main purpose is to help teachers, school heads, and administrators make faster, smarter, and evidence-based decisions. So, here are some examples of its key purposes. Number one, to monitor student performance. Ito is pinapakita yung mga grades nila, attendance, and yung mga progress nila in real time. So, with that, it will help teachers to identify which students need support or enrichment. And number two, to support data-driven decisions. So, with the data that we can see in the dashboard is makakapag-create tayo ng decision na based sa analysis natin from the data given. And number three, to track school or class goals. So, ano ba yung mga goals natin sa isang school or sa isang klase? So, ang dashboard is, it can show progress toward targets. For example, gusto nating makita yung passing rate, reading level, mastery, or competencies ng mga students natin. With that, our administrators can make timely adjustments. So, other than that, we have to improve instruction and to improve resource allocation. Okay? Okay? For the second part, so we're going to look for the KPI or the key performance indicators in this dashboard. So, ano ba yung KPI? So, a KPI is a measure or indicator used to show how well a person, class, school program, or organization is achieving its goals. So, dito naman sa dashboard natin, ang KPI or yung mga KPI ay tumutukoy or nagme-measure kung paano nag-perform yung mga students dito sa data natin. So, a KPI is a number of or metric that tells you if you are doing well or need improvement. So, dito, makikita natin maganda ba yung performance ng mga student na nandito or ginamit dito sa data analytics natin or hindi. Okay po? So, let's start with the first one or our first KPI, which is the average final grade. So, dito sa average final grade, makikita natin that the students or our data shows that 81.6 yung average na final grade ng mga student natin. Sa second one naman is the average attendance, which is 79.38%. And then, for the passing rate, we have 37.50%. Medyo mababa kung titignan natin. And then, for the higher students, we have 17. Dito po sa higher students, hindi siya total number of the students or the total number of students dun sa data. Ang nakalagay lang dito is kung ilan yung hires. Okay pa? So, these are the key performance indicators in our dashboard. Okay, let's go to the charts naman po. So, kung kanina, we have our KPI na may mga nakalagay na numeric. Dito naman is nagkaroon naman tayo ng mga chart para mas lalo nating maintindihan yung mga data. Okay, so for the first chart, we have the final grade by student. So we have here a bar graph. Kung titignan natin siya, ang data is hindi na lang niya sinasabi kung ano yung final grade or average final grade ng mga student. meron siyang nakalagay na by strand. Dito makikita natin, we have the ABM, gas, stem, and Hume. So, hindi siya general. So, nakalagay yung specific na mga strand and makikita natin dito yung average na final grade nila. So, we can see here that sa ABM is nasa 80% or 80 yung average final grade ng mga ABM students. Sa mga gas naman is probably 85, and then for STEM we have I think 84, and then for Humes is nasa 80 siguro din to, and if ito-total natin sila it would be 81.6. And then for the second graph we have a line graph or time graph kung saan pinapakita yung average attendance by year level naman tayo. So ito naman tinitignan niya per year naman sila. So, makikita natin dito na mas mataas yung attendance ng mga nasa first year or yung nasa year level 1. And pinakamababa naman yung attendance ng mga nasa year level 2, and si 4 and 3 is nasa gitna lang. And then, the last one for our chart, we have here a pie chart, kung saan makikita naman natin ang bilang or porsyento ng mga students, kung high risk ba sila, kung low or medium risk. So, ito yung total number of students natin. And dun sa total number of students, makikita natin ilang percent ba from dun sa dataset na ginamit natin, yung high risk, low risk, and medium. So, dito makikita natin si color blue, which pertain dun sa mga high risk is binubuo siya ng 42.5%, kung saan ito yung pinakamadami. So, ibig sabihin dun sa dataset na ginamit natin, nasa 42.5% yung mga high risk students. Yung low naman is nasa 37.5%, itong color red. And then, medium are only 20% of the whole dataset. So, okay, that's all. Okay, we're now on the last part po ng ating discussion. So, ano ba yung implication nitong dashboard natin or nitong analytics natin sa mga leaders? So, for the implication, data analytics has a strong impact on how school leaders, especially principals, department heads, coordinators, and supervisors make decisions. So, it helps them shift from traditional intuition-based decision-making to evidence-based and strategic leadership. So, hindi na lang ito dahil feeling ko, ganito yung dapat natin gawin. So, kapag magde-decide sila ngayon, is based na siya sa analytics, based siya sa data. Kung ano ba yung lumabas dun sa mga data. So, example, more informed and accurate decisions. So, with real-time data on attendance, performance, passing rate, average final grade, leaders can avoid guessing. They base decisions on facts, reducing errors, and improving outcomes. And number 2, early identification of problems. So, mas madali na makita kung ano yung mga gaps at yung kung ano yung kailangan ng intervention. So, data analytics helps leaders detect issues early, such as declining student performance, high absenteeism, ineffective teaching strategies, and resource gaps. And number 3, better planning and resource allocation. Yung mga leaders natin is makikita nila kung aling programs ba or grade level yung mas kailangan ng teachers, mas kailangan ng improvement sa learning materials, training, budget, etc. And last one, enhanced monitoring and accountability. So, data dashboards allow leaders na matrack yung mga KPIs, yung kanina, yung mga attendance rate, passing rate, average final grade, school targets, and performance trends. So, this strengthens accountability among teachers and staff. Okay po, so that's all. Thank you for listening. Goodbye and God bless.